This year, Spanish house of Paco Rabanne launched another Olympea called Parfum with the interesting addition of clary sage. And I was completely captivated by the bottle, which comes in a glossy black flacon with golden wings on the side and a golden cap that adorns the bottle like a crown. And the bottle is just beautiful. It feels mysterious and majestic and just expensive, but if you buy a 30 ml bottle, then it won't have those golden additions. It will be an all black bottle, and although it's black, it's a see-through flacon, so you can see the level of your perfume. But the most important part is how Olympea Parfum smells. Would you like it, and is this a good new release? Well, you will find out in this video, so welcome back. I'm Miri, and here we talk in depth about fragrances. So let's start. The opening of Olympea Parfum is very strong. It's velvety, but it isn't as green and peppery as you might expect, just looking at the notes. You can smell some jasmine with something dark, bitter, a bit greenish, balsamic, ambery, and slightly spicy, but the opening isn't as herbal and aromatic, especially in the air. And when you first sprayed, clary sage and pink pepper just add, some depth and complexity to this fragrance. This starts as a combination of freshly picked jasmine flowers with green leaves floating on slightly bitter aromatic clary sage tea. So even if you don't like green fragrances, I'm sure this one will be okay and pretty safe because it isn't prominently green fragrance, and that green accord mellows down in the dry down. So in the heart, this perfume revolves around jasmine with some orange blossom, but I don't smell any rose in this fragrance. This is mainly a white floral fragrance with some freshness from the opening notes and warmth from the resinous vanilla base. Also, jasmine here isn't indolic or heavy in my opinion. It gets creamier and a bit sweeter as the scent dries down, and also because you get a lot of vanilla in the base, somehow Olympea Parfum in the dry down feels like it has a hint of coconut. I know it probably doesn't, but the combination of notes just gives off that vibe. When I saw that Olympea Parfum will have a vanilla in the base, I thought this will be very sweet fragrance because vanilla perfumes usually tend to have a gourmand feel or like candy-like facets, but vanilla here isn't particularly sweet. It has a bit of sweetness and a more warm resinous base with a strong white floral accord. And this is a combination of jasmine flowers on top of sage tea with unsweetened powdery vanilla bean marshmallow and a warm ambery base. So the scent is just very smooth, it's deep, it's powdery, rich and warm, but mostly floral, vanillic and ambery, with that typical very sweet designer vibe. Overall, this new Parfum version is very different compared to the other Olympeas in the range, especially because this isn't a summery perfume like other Olympeas were, and it's a bit darker, amber green floral fragrance that would suit spring, autumn and winter, both daytime and nighttime, but not summer. The goddess featured in the original Olympea came down from the Olymp, the home of Greek gods in mythology, and she took a swim into a vast ocean, which resulted in a salty sweet vanilla fragrance. While in Parfum, goddess loved the sea. She walked to a beautiful wooden cabin where she sat next to a fragrant jasmine bush and enjoyed the warmth of final autumn rays of the sunlight. So this is what you get in the Parfum. This is a warm resinous vanilla but with cold green and bitter florals. It's very interesting fragrance that is so different from the original, so it could be a standalone perfume. The original Olympea and this new perfume share in common are jasmine and vanilla, And that's about it. You know, the original is a lot sweeter. It's more focused on salty vanilla combination, while Parfum puts florals in the center and adorns them with aromatic, bitter, resinous vanilla nuances. I do enjoy this fragrance. It's very well balanced. It's nicely nuanced. It's wearable. It's very likable. So I would rate its scent profile with 7 out of 10. I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin. I can smell it on clothes even the next day. So this new perfume version has a good lasting power. It moderately projects for the first 2 to 3 hours and then it becomes softer. So this isn't a perfume that will announce your presence, that will fill a room, but it will be noticeable by others. Overall, the performance is good. It lasts. So I would rate its performance with 7 out of 10. And if you found this review helpful and informative so far, then boop the like button, hit the notification bell and subscribe. But what are the pros and cons of this new Olympea perfume? What was my experience like wearing Olympea perfume and which perfume is it similar to? Well, let's talk about it. The first negative point is the misleading bottle. I love this flaken, but since some people, because of the black aesthetic, might expect that Olympea perfume will be extremely seductive, dark, heavy, vampy type of perfume, they might be disappointed because nothing in this scent gives me black bottle vibes, but the bottle is eye-catching and it will draw people in. But don't expect this to be some type of femme fatale, vampy, beast mode type of fragrance based on the color and perfume in the name of this fragrance. This is very different to the original, so if you absolutely loved the original Olympea, this one might be disappointing because there's no salt here and this can be a fragrance on its own. But if you disliked the saltiness in the original Olympea, then check out this perfume version because florals and amber are the most prominent notes and this one might be, you know, just right up your alley. And now positive points. First one is there is no prominent greenness, so don't be afraid of the opening notes. This perfume version isn't very green or very aromatic. Yes, it has those nuances, but this is mostly an ambery white floral fragrance with some bitterness. And the second positive point, this is not too sweet. If you usually don't like sweet perfumes, then this one might be for you because although you get vanilla here is never too sweet, syrupy or candid, and this is mainly a very nice, likable white floral fragrance. Mostly I can smell jasmine and bits of orange blossom, so if you're not into white florals, then test this fragrance first to see do you like it, because white florals are quite prominent in this fragrance. And overall, what can I say? This is a very pretty ambery floral vanilla with green nuances. It differs from the original Olympea, and although it comes in a black bottle, there's nothing dark, gothic or vampy about this fragrance. It's still likable and mass appealing fragrance, but it's different from other designer releases in the last years that, you know, usually follow fruity opening, floral heart, and then very sweet base recipe. And I think it has some similarities with the new Chloe's Nomade Nuit d'Egypte because both are resinous, ambery, floral vanillas, but jasmine is the star of the show in Olympea Parfum, while Nuit d'Egypte features orange blossom. Also, Nuit d'Egypte is a lot sweeter fragrance with citrusy freshness from the ginger note, while Olympea Parfum is more bitter and with this herbal aromatic nuances. And to be completely honest, I prefer a bit scent of Chloe Nomade's Nuit d'Egypte because it's sweeter and I have a sweet tooth. But I do enjoy this new Olympea Parfum because this is a very pretty ambery white floral floral fragrance with aromatic vibe. I think this is a good release, and I'm sure many people who love jasmine, who don't love very sweet perfumes, and who don't like saltiness in the original Olympea will absolutely love this new release. And even if you love the original Olympea, don't disregard this fragrance just because it doesn't have any salt in it. You know, give it a try. I enjoyed it, but it didn't blow me away because I have a big fragrance collection and only a few perfumes become truly a love for me. So this doesn't mean this won't be a love for you. We all have different tastes, and that's perfectly fine. And I think this is a very elegant, not overly sweet fragrance with an interesting aromatic vibe and jasmine that is not in your face, but it's still noticeable and extremely well balanced and well done. So if that sounds interesting to you, try it out. So 3 words or adjectives I would describe it with would be aromatic, resinous jasmine, and overall for its scent and performance it gets 7 out of 10. So these were my thoughts on the new Olympea Parfum, but share what you think in the comments. And also, would you like that this new flanker was a lot more similar to the salty vanilla DNA of the original, and do you get a lot of green vibe in the opening on your skin? I can't wait to read your comments, and if you would like to see my in-depth honest review of another new release I already mentioned in this video, and that is Chloe's Nomade Nuit d'Egypte, then check out this video next. I will see you there. Bye!